On August 29, 2025, the Indiana Fever, battered by injuries and facing a desperate Los Angeles Sparks team, walked into Crypto.com Arena and delivered a gritty 76-75 victory that wasn't just a win, it was a testament to their resilience and a turning point for their playoff hopes. With Caitlin Clark sidelined for her 17th straight game, alongside Sophie Cunningham, Sydney Colson, Aari McDonald, and Khloe Bibby, the Fever were down 4 key guards, staring down a 0-3 season record against the Sparks. Yet, in a game where the standings hung in the balance, Indiana in 6th at 20-18, LA lurking 2 games back in 9th, they refused to break. Aliyah Boston's 22 points, 11 rebounds, and career-high 6 steals, capped by a game-sealing stop, and Odyssey Sims' clutch 21 points, including the decisive floater with 13.6 seconds left, defined a night where the Fever's next woman up mantra became their identity. This wasn't survival, it was a statement that Indiana, even shorthanded, is a playoff contender, with Clark's looming return promising to elevate them further. The stakes were brutal. Indiana had lost 4 of their last 5 games, their playoff cushion shrinking as the Sparks, despite a 17-19 record, had beaten them in every prior 2025 matchup, 85-75 on June 26th, 89-87 on July 5th, and 100-91 earlier in August. With only 5 games left, a loss could have tightened the race, dropping the Fever closer to 9th and risking their postseason berth. The injury list was a nightmare. Clark's right groin injury, sustained July 15th against Connecticut, had no clear return timeline. Cunningham and Colson were out for the season with knee injuries. McDonald was sidelined with a broken foot. Bibby was unavailable. We're down to 9 players, Coach Stephanie White noted, emphasizing the need for every remaining player to be their best self. The Sparks, meanwhile, had no major injuries, with Ricky Jackson day-to-day but likely to play, and Cameron Brink back from an ACL tear. The odds screamed collapse, but the Fever leaned into their depth and character. The game was an ugly, physical grind, far from a highlight reel. Indiana shot 45.7% from the field, slightly below LA's 45.9%, and turned the ball over 13 times. But they owned the boards 35-28 and forced 18 Sparks turnovers, converting them into 18 points. The Fever's defense, led by Boston's relentless activity, set the tone early. She swiped 6 steals, including a critical one with 1.9 seconds left, snatching a loose ball after Kelsey Plum fumbled a bounce pass. AB's key defensive stops, offensive rebounds at the end. That's who she is, White said. Boston's 22 points on 9 of 16 shooting, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists showcased her as the anchor, muscling through Derica Hamby and Azura Stevens in the paint. Her high-low connection with Natasha Howard, who added a spinning layup and a block on Brink, kept Indiana's offense alive when shots weren't falling. Odyssey Sims, the 31-year-old veteran and former Spark, became the unexpected hero, with Kelsey Mitchell struggling, 5 of 14 for 14 points. Sims stepped into the void, scoring 21 points, including a 3-pointer and a mid-range floater that gave Indiana the lead for good at 76-75 with 13.6 seconds remaining. I didn't lose confidence, Sims said post-game. My teammates and coaches kept talking to me. When I shot it, I was open. It was do or die. Her history with LA added fuel. She'd played for them earlier in 2025 before joining Indiana after injuries hit. Sims' drives, pull-ups, and a banked runner from deep electrified the Fever's offense. Her calm under pressure, stabilizing a team that could have unraveled. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready, she declared, embodying the Fever's resilience. Her 5 straight points in the final minute sealed a win that felt personal. Lexi Hull, playing through 2 black eyes from her collision with Gabby Williams against Seattle 3 days earlier, was the embodiment of grit. "I'm okay," she laughed, shrugging off the swelling and bruising. "People tell me I look beautiful with the lump." Her hustle, diving for loose balls, fighting through screens, grabbing 5 rebounds, set a tone of defiance. "Lexi is the definition of tough," Boston said. "She hustles, gets extra possessions." Hull's poison 12 plus-minus and defensive intensity on Plum and Ray Burrell helped Indiana maintain control, even when LA mounted runs. Aerial Powers chipped in off the bench, sparking the offense with 10 points, while Natasha Howard's 12 points and 7 rebounds, including a highlight spin move, kept the Sparks' front court honest. "These are women who care about winning, about one another," White said, praising the selfless character of her roster. Boston's post-game words crystallized the Fever's identity. From the start, We've said a season's not perfect, next woman up. This wasn't just rhetoric. With 5 players out, Indiana's depth shone through. They didn't rely on one star, but on collective belief, each player stepping beyond their usual role. Boston's leadership on the court with her all-around dominance, off it with her unifying presence, held the team together. The selfless nature of this group can't be overstated, White added. The Fever's 22 assists on 30 made field goals, and 11 for 12 free throws showed their trust in each other, even in a hard-fought, ugly win. They made more free throws than the Sparks attempted, a stat White called a difference maker. The win's impact was immediate. Indiana solidified their 6th seed, pushing their record to 20-18, and keeping LA at 17-19, further back in 9th. With 5 games left, against Golden State, Phoenix, Chicago, Washington, and Minnesota, the Fever's playoff berth looks secure, but their positioning is fragile, just half a game ahead of 7th place Seattle. The Sparks' loss coming off a 92-84 defeat to Phoenix dimmed their postseason hopes, as they now trail 8th place Golden State by 2 games. Indiana's ability to gut out this victory, despite their 0-3 history against LA and a depleted roster, flipped the narrative from a team teetering on collapse to one building momentum. Caitlin Clark's absence loomed large, but her return is tantalizingly close. Sidelined since July 15th with a right groin injury, her 25th missed game of 2025, she's progressed to team shoot-arounds and non-contact drills as of August 24th. She went through walkthroughs, White said. I want her live in practice, handling contact 94 feet, playing through fatigue. Clark's pre-injury stats, 16.5 points, 8.8 assists, 5.0 rebounds in 13 games, hint at her potential impact. Her range and playmaking could stretch defenses, opening lanes for Boston and creating cleaner looks for Mitchell and Sims. She spreads the floor for AB, White noted. But caution reigns. Clark's history of quad, groin, and ankle injuries this season demands a careful ramp-up, a rush